With today's pattern, you can make shorts in different styles. There's even one that looks like a skirt. You can add little shorties in a knit underneath. You can make it a skort. Lots of fun versions to share. Floaty, floaty, perfect for hot weather. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and I'm excited to share my versions of the new pattern by Love Notions. It's called Tinley, and as usual there are a lot of options here. It's for bottoms, perfect for summer. You have skirts and you have shorts. They all keep similar features in the type of shape of pocket, which is a slant pocket opening. They all have the same type of waistband, that is a flat front waistband with an elasticated feature on the back. And then for the shorts, you have a type of straight short, or you have a type of flared short that looks like you're wearing a skirt. It looks like you're wearing like a half circle skirt or something like that, but you're actually wearing shorts. Super pretty. And then for the skirt, you can sew a full skirt, which is sort of like a half circle skirt, or you can sew a straight skirt. And as an extra, you can make it a skort, because there is a knit shortie pattern piece included in there. These knit shorties you can sew onto the waistband of any of the versions here. So if you need those for your life under the straight shorts, you can sew them there, or under the flared shorts, under the full skirt, under the straight skirt, whatever you want, it's gonna work. The shorts have a 5-inch inseam. The skirts are designed to be above the knee. Of course, all of this is adjustable. You can modify the length to suit your preference. I moved, I was getting blasted by the sun. The Tinley are gonna work for both woven fabrics and knit fabrics. I think it just depends on the version that you're sewing, which type of fabric will be best. So in my opinion, if you're going to use the straight skirt or the straight short, a woven that's a little more medium weight, a little more structured, and it doesn't really have to be, but if you want to use that type of fabric, I think these styles would suit a more structured fabric better than the ones that have the flare option on the shorts or the full skirt. If you use a structured fabric for those versions, then it's going to be super sticky outy and super voluminous. But I mean, for the straight skirt and the straight shorts, you can certainly use something with a little bit more drape as well. It's up to you. So you can use drapey, flowy fabric for all the versions, in my opinion, but I would keep the more structured ones for the straight skirt and the straight short. About the weight of them, it's up to you. I wouldn't use anything too heavy. And just keep in mind that if you sew any of these in a knit and then you compare it to one you sew in a woven, it's not going to look the same. It might not even fit exactly the same. And that's just the nature of having a pattern that works for either or. I prefer actually this style on a woven. That's just my opinion, and I've made 3 of my versions in wovens, only one of them in a knit, and that is a straight skirt, and I used a more structured to sort of medium weight athletic knit. I think was perfect for it. For the shorties inside, those do have to be a knit. There's no way around that. They're fitted, and you need at least 50% stretch horizontally and vertically. A good heavier cotton lycra would work, or an athletic knit. Swim material would work as well. My choices are 100% rayon, really lightweight, the plain weave. I've used this type of fabric for a straight short and for a full short. And then I have an athletic knit for my straight skirt. And for another straight short, I have a rayon linen blend with stripes. A little heavier, but still very drapey, very, very appropriate for the design. As notions, the waistband technique is a little different. So you don't need those wider elastics. You just need 3/8 of an inch elastic, 1 centimeter, because you're going to be threading the elastic through little casings on the back. You also need some fusible interfacing to stabilize the entrance of the pockets, the slant area. And this is both for woven and the knit, whichever you want to do. You also need to interface the front waistband. No matter if you're doing it with a knit or a woven, if you don't do it with a knit, it's just going to collapse, because there's no negative ease in that area. It's 1-to-1, so it does need to have some structure there, and the interfacing is going to give you that even if it's a knit. Because the Tinley is a brand new pattern at Love Notions, it's discounted for the first week. That runs through the 7th of August, next Monday. So find my affiliate link down below in the description box if you'd like to use it. I do make a small commission from your purchase, but you don't pay any extra. And for being a viewer of mine, if you use the code NEEDLES10 at checkout, you get an extra 10% off on top of the sale price, and this is every day. Find my affiliate link down below in the description box of this video, and I also put it in the pinned comments so it's easy for you to find. I know this is weird and the scenario completely changed. If you want to know what's going on, I have a little explanation at the very end of this video. Show must go on. I've had to adapt. The sizing is the one that the newest patterns have been having since late 2019, from extra small to 5X up to a 59.5-inch hip. You use your full hip circumference to choose your size. This is a pull-on style, so that is what you usually do with these types. If your waist is slightly smaller, just make the back elastic a little bit tighter. But I wouldn't go ahead and blend in a bunch of sizes because you still need to pull them up over your hips. So that's easy. And the inseam of the shorts is 5 inches. Now, if you're doing the straight shorts or the straight skirt, you do need to make these longer or shorter if you want, at the bottom of the leg or sort of below the hip on the skirt. But for the full skirt or the full short, if you want to make them shorter or a little bit longer, I think the result could be better done from the hem because of the flared style. It's not like you can split the shape of the leg of these full shorts like you do with the straight styles. So have a think about that. All of the styles here have plenty of ease for you to be super comfortable, even the straight styles, but of course the full skirt and the full shorts are going to have plenty of ease both in the waist and in the hips because of the style. The full shorts are going to look just like the skirt. It's just that when you walk around, you're going to have the crotch, right? So that's that. What is not going to have a lot of ease are the shorties if you want to add these underneath any of the styles, because you need a knit fabric. These will have negative ease. They will be fitted. You need a knit fabric that will stretch in every direction for these to fit comfortably. So those will be smaller than your body, and it's meant to be like that. If you want to use that style, just know that they look small, but just trust it, it'll fit, it'll be absolutely fine. The only fitting adjustments I've made is with the length of these. The 5-inch inseam is generally too short for me. One of the first straight shorts I made, I used a 6-inch inseam, and then the second pair of straight shorts, I used 7. So I think 7 is my sweet spot. I'm just a little bit taller, but that is very individual with your preference and with your height. Whatever you feel most comfortable in, you will be able to adapt the length. I have filmed some general sewing for you. I already have a really in detail comprehensive video about slant pockets. The exact technique that you see in this pattern, I've already filmed it in a lot of detail for you without skipping any steps, including the understitching, stabilizing the pocket entrance, everything. So I'm not including that content in this one because I already have that content on the channel for you. And if you've been following along, I have already uploaded a video showing you how to sew the flat front elasticated type of waistband in many ways, because there's many ways to sew it, not just one way. And I've included the technique that you use in the Tinley in that video already, because it's a general technique that you could use with other patterns that have this feature of the flat front elasticated back. So the sewing you see here is super easy, general construction, a few tips here and there. So very relaxed sewing footage for you to see. In general, this is a very, very easy pattern to make. So let's hop into that. I'm going to show you the few pieces that you need to interface for the Tinley. This is the version I'm making in woven. This is a linen rayon blend, and the front waistband needs to be interfaced. I've done this with a really lightweight non-stretch interfacing like this one, and this knit one, this is an athletic knit. For the knit version, I use tricot knit interfacing that has a little bit of stretch and give. So I don't want the knit waistband to be super stiff, but I do think it needs a little bit extra structure there on the front so it doesn't collapse. So that's the only difference. I think both need to be interfaced, whether you're doing it in a knit or a woven. Just change the types you're interfacing with. This one non-stretch, and for this one with a little bit of stretch. Now for the pocket openings, you also need to interface those. This is the front leg, and we have slant pocket openings, as you can see there. This has the risk of stretching out and deforming over time and gaping, so I've cut strips of non-stretch interfacing that are 1 inch wide, and I'm just going to fuse this along here as one of the first steps. I basically cut my front leg and very, very carefully just brought it over here, and I haven't fiddled with it, moved it around, trying to keep the fabric as intact as possible. Then keeping both legs together so that this interface side can act as reference for the other piece. I'm going to do the other side, making sure they always stay the same length. The same thing needs to be done with the knit version if you're using knits. For the knit version, I would still use non-stretch interfacing to basically suppress the stretch of the slant pocket opening on the knit. That could easily stretch out when you're sewing on your pocket lining, you're doing your understitching. So basically interfacing with non-stretch interfacing there will make it behave like a woven in that section, and it will give you a much neater result. If you want your pockets to look super nice and neat and stand the test of time, please don't skip this section, even if it's a knit. I'm making all my shorts version with wovens, but I'm making a knit skirt. This is my fabric. So this is the front piece. I have already done the pocket. I've serged the side seams here. On this side, you can see my pockets, but I want to show you slant pocket opening here. is very, very sturdy. It's got zero stretch. Even though my pocket lining inside is an athletic knit, this is an athletic knit. The fabric itself has plenty of stretch horizontally and vertically. But in this area where it matters, because I fused that interfacing inside, it's really, really sturdy. It's acting like a woven just in this section, and it's not going to stretch and gape and deform over time. Take a peek in here. You won't be able to see it, but on this area I have the same white interfacing you saw me place on my woven version. It's just already been done. I already have a really detailed video showing you how to sew these types of pockets, all the steps so that you don't see that lining. In theory, if you want the stitch well, you could use a contrast fabric in there and just use your main fabric for the piece that goes on the back that completes the hip area over here. This piece, you can see it's the same main fabric. So I'll leave you that link down below so you can see. These are the pieces for the straight short. The wide leg shorts will have the same construction. It's just that these are just going to look super wide like this and be round. When you wear them, they'll look like a skirt. But the way that you put them together will be the same. They'll have the same types of pockets, although the pockets will be shaped a little differently just to follow the flared type of leg style. This is the front. We've just interfaced the slant pocket opening right there. I'm using a black cotton as my lining. That's going to be inside. No one's going to see it. And that slant follows that shape right there. The pocket bag, which will go behind here and complete the hip area, is from the main fabric. And here I'm just playing with stripe direction there just because it's fun. My front waistband is interfaced. I cut that with horizontal stripes there. And here's the back leg and the back waistband, which I cut with vertical stripes there. I will never be able to match those vertical stripes to the shorts. I don't mean to. It doesn't really matter. They'll be gathered in. And I prefer how vertical stripes look gathered with the elastic. I really dislike having horizontal stripes gathered in. It just looks really strange. So I kept that on the front because this is going to be a flat front. So that's not going to be gathered. And I think it'll make a nice contrast with the vertical stripes there on the front of the shorts. I'm going to go ahead and whip up these pockets, put them together. Once I've done that and I've got them basted on, I'll be back for general construction. After sewing in our pocket, our front is complete and it can just act as one piece, and we can put these all on the table, right sides together, each leg separately. And then all we have to do is sew the side seams and then the inseams together, forming separate legs. So it's just super straight seams. This is the typical pant construction that I love. Doing each leg separately, I think makes a lot of sense. And it makes for a smoother crotch finish as well. So just some straight seams, sew them, serge them. Here at the table you can see two legs. One is wrong sides out, one is right sides out. Put the one that's right sides out inside, then that will make them be right sides together, and you will get this U-type shape there that unites the front crotch and the back crotch all in one go, with the inseams sort of in the middle. Pin them and sew them, and that in essence finishes off the general pant construction. Super easy. This is the first Tinley I made, and I used the straight shorts. It's a print, it's a rayon, 100% lightweight. It feels so buttery soft on the skin when I wear it, like I'm wearing absolutely nothing at all because the fabric is so light. And because the colors are dark, I'm quite confident that they're not sheer. And with the print, you can't really see that much of the features, but I do have my slant pocket right there. I had enough fabric to cut the lining and the pattern piece that goes on the back with the same fabric. I did make sure to find the contrasting area of the print just to highlight it a little more so that you can see the pocket slant opening right there. Not that I'm ever going to tuck in, but I still think of those details when I'm sewing. You have already seen how to sew the waistband. I have a separate video about that one. And this is the area that is flat on the front. Flat area of the waistband goes right up to the slant pocket right here on both sides. And then from here onwards, it starts getting elasticated. So the elasticated part doesn't start on the side seams of the shorts. It starts a little further towards the front. That is how the design is. Front waistband is interfaced. The back waistband has all the casings with 3/8 elastic in there. So you don't need to top stitch afterwards because you're using small elastic to begin with. And this is already elasticated when you sew it onto the shorts. So that's how that looks. It's really, really comfortable. I figured out the exact length I needed to be comfortable. Simple sewing construction, neat seams inside. I wanted my shorts a little longer, so I should have done a 2-inch hem allowance, but I just did a 1-inch hem allowance just to give myself a little bit of length. And here are the pockets inside, very lovely. These are my first Tinley shorts from Love Notions. It's a really pretty print, 100% rayon. You'll see them styled in 3 basic ways, paired with my white harmony top. It's a really blousy design and I could wear it loose if I want to, or tuck it in. I noticed here I've tucked it in quite sloppily. I couldn't really see myself, but yeah, I could do a better job with tucking in. This is a size extra large. I have a 6-inch inseam right here. And next you'll see the actual details of the shorts because I just have a simple cami. It's not the way I would wear this. I would wear a layer, but just so you can see the flat front waistband there. I like the amount of ease and the flat front is super comfortable. And you can see the elasticated back waistband. It's sewn with channels. You've seen how to do that on the channel. And here are the same Tinley shorts with my Salt Whistle peplum top in navy. With the peplum top, I don't feel pressured to tuck in. I don't live my life with things tucked in. And this navy top is really nice. The shorts don't have copious amounts of ease, so I don't think they're bulky underneath the peplum here with this style that it has an elasticated waist. Here's another short. I used leftover fabric. I'd made a top out of this fabric years ago. And the top, I'm not wearing it that much because I figured out orange doesn't suit me that much. But I can wear orange on the bottom half, that's fine, it's not near my face. If I isolate this orange, it just makes me look a bit strange. The navy is absolutely fine, but it doesn't mean I don't like orange. I like the orange and the navy combination. And these shorts are the ones that look like a skirt. It would look like you're wearing a half circle skirt or something like that, but you're actually wearing pants. So there's the crotch right there. I think they look really cute. They're really floaty, really beautiful. And they have the same type of pocket and waistband as all the others. It's just that these have that type of flared shape. You need to make sure you place everything on the grain line. You have separate pattern pieces for the pockets to follow the shape of the flare of the legs. You don't use the same pieces for all the shorts. These ones, because they have a curved shape, they're designed to have a 1-inch hem allowance, not like the straight shorts that have a 2-inch hem allowance. So just make sure you pay attention to that. Let's see them styled a few ways. Here are my second pair of Tinley shorts. These are the full shorts, the ones that look like a skirt. We have the same comfy flat front elasticated back waistband. You can see the details really easily here because I have a cami underneath. We've got the slant pocket opening for all of them. This is also a 6-inch inseam, super floaty, super flowy. It looks just like a skirt, but it's not. And then here's how I would actually wear it. I have a light linen layer on top. I've tucked in the cami just to highlight the waist features here, and this is how I would actually wear it. I love having the light layer on top. It's how I live my life, even though the layer is loose and the shorts are loose. The cami underneath is not loose, and I think that ties it all up together. For this style, if you wanted to add length, you should do it at the hem because it's a flared style. Now, orange is not a color that suits me close to my face. Being on the bottom on these shorts, I think is perfect. And I do love the combination of navy and orange. I think it's really striking. I think white on top here goes perfect. You know, I can tone the outfit down a little bit with a white harmony blouse on top. Again, I've done a very slack job of tucking it in, but you get the point. The harmony does have a nice amount of swing and volume, so I think it should be tucked into these. I just did a poor job of it. I'm going to show you my straight shorts that have stripes. Now, full disclaimer, you'll know why this is happening at the end of the video if you're curious. I have worn these, they are crumpled, but I still wanted to show you these. This is my flat front there. I used opposing direction of stripes. I think that looks really cool. And then you don't have to match these up vertically, which is really hard to do on pants. And behind on the pocket bag, I have these stripes to contrast them everywhere. I love doing that. And then because the back is elasticated, I did do a vertical stripe there anyway. I cut my legs mirrored, one first then the other, so to make sure all the stripes are matching there front and back. That's really nice. And remember, my latest video on the channel has a masterclass with 5 ways you can sew a flat front elasticated back. Method number 4 in that video has this exact technique, so I'll link that down below. I have a different color pocket lining inside. No one's gonna know because it's understitched, and it saves on main fabric, and it's a little less bulky on the inside as well. This is all very neat. Hand hem because of the stripes. I have a few garments already made in this fabric. You will see a very, very stripy look with a matching area. I think I could pull that off. So let's see some fun styling for these. Really, really love them. I have already worn and love them. I know I'm really, really going to enjoy these. I've used rayon linen blend. You have seen this fabric before. I really like the stripes here, and I love the look here with my old harmony blouse. This harmony blouse is more fitted because it's a size less than what I'm using now, but it still works. These are an extra large 7-inch inseam. With these ones, they're a little bit longer than the original. You can see the details of the flat front right there. I've got contrasting stripes all the way across, even behind the slant pocket right there. I think that's really cool. And at the back, we have the elasticated waistband that is sewn with the channels. I have filmed this technique in detail in the previous video that shows you how to sew flat front elasticated back waistbands 5 ways. This technique is included there, and I was careful to match all the stripes here. I really like this look. These are really fun shorts, and I'm really gonna enjoy wearing them. The next might be a bit too much because I have a matching top. I have my Aria shirt right here open with a cami tucked in, and it just breaks up the look a little bit. Sneakers, I could walk around all day. Of course, this would look a lot nicer with a little sandal with a little heel, but this is a wearable real look that I would actually wear on a day where I was gonna go hiking or something. I'd be probably the only one not dressed in khaki, but it would be equally comfortable and equally fresh. I'm perfectly happy to walk out the door like this. I'd feel nothing but happiness. Now the next look is a little more dressed up. I have these gorgeous heels that are really comfortable to walk around in, tucked in cami, and my Metra blazer that's sleeveless on top. I'd be really happy to step into church like this. I don't feel the shorts are too short at a 7-inch inseam. Tucking it in just makes it look really neat. It also highlights the features, and no one know I am that comfortable, because I am. I am just so comfortable. Love the fit of the shorts. They just fit so good, and the combination of these 3 colors makes me really happy. The next one changes everything because I'm not using red or black, I'm using white on top, and I think it goes perfect. I love how it looks with the white sandals with the low heel. My only white knit top, and I really like this one because it's got a split hem. This is actually a Terra tunic that I made shorter because I don't wear tunics. Another casual but comfortable outfit where I feel like I've done a little bit of effort, but that I could also be very cool. And I think with white, it just makes it look so fresh and so summery. So I love this. I did make one skirt, a straight skirt. It's not straight, it's a little A-lined, but let me just quickly show you the pattern pieces. Here are my pattern pieces for the straight skirt version. It'll have the same waistband technique, the same pocket technique. It's just that these aren't shorts. These are, I would say, a slightly A-line shape. This is the front here. I have already serged the edges. I'm going to serge the edges of the back separately first as well because I want to press the seams open here. This is a medium to heavyweight fabric, so I'd rather have a less bulky finish there. That is the front waistband that you saw is interfaced with tricot knit interfacing to just give it a little bit of give. And that is the back waistband there that is not interfaced, and that will be the area that has the elastic. After you saw the pattern pieces, you know, I'd already sewn the pockets. I have a very sturdy pocket opening right here. The stretch is completely suppressed with the interfacing right here. So the technique did not change at all. It's all the same, and I have a very nice sturdy pocket. This is a more structured type of athletic knit black and white. I have already made a dress in this fabric and I had a little bit left, just enough for this one. Now this one is 2 inches longer than the original. I just need it to be that much longer so it hits above the knee, otherwise it'd be a mini skirt on me. It was just side seams and the waistband. This waistband is a little different, although from the outside everyone would think it's the same thing. We still have the flat front, it's interfaced even though this is a knit, and the back is elasticized, but I didn't use the original technique from the pattern. I used a different one that's sort of more suited for heavier fabrics like this. It just ends up being less bulky when you wear it and when you sew it. And that is technique number 3 in the previous video. That is the masterclass of these types of waistbands. So have a look at that one because that is the way I've sewn this one. It's all very neat inside. Because the fabric is a little heavier, I have pressed my seams open on the side. I just like that, it's my preference. And everything else is very simple. This one I have already worn and loved. This is my only Tinley skirt. All the others are shorts, and you'll see it here styled 4 ways, of course with red. This is an athletic knit, black and white, so any color goes, but I'm using the same things to style most of these looks. Flat front as well, it's all the same. The slant pockets, the techniques I used don't change because this is a knit. I use the same techniques everywhere. You can see how to sew this different waistband technique in the previous video as well. It's a little different. I use the stitch in the ditch because the fabric is a little bulky. I get the same exact comfy result with the elastic at the back. And I really love this skirt. It's got the perfect amount of ease, slightly A-lined, got the right length, made mine 2 inches longer than the original. It's gonna be a workhorse for me, and it's so comfortable. I love it with my red harmony top. Then I've got my cami tucked in with my Metra blazer again, very wearable sandal for a more put together look. Love the cami tucked in because it highlights the skirt and the waist. You can see the features and no one would know I am this comfortable because I am. And this Metra blazer goes over everything. This is just so good. Pull up, you can't have any better than this. The pockets, I will never use them, but I like putting my hands in there and I just love this. It was just so easy to whip up, very easy. Here I have half tucked my Terra tunic in white. Of course, white goes with the Tinley skirt because it's black and white. The white sandals are back and a white bag. And I absolutely love this look. This shirt is easy to half tuck because of the split hem. I'm just able to tuck the front and leave the back normal. So I think that works really well and I feel really good like this. I'd feel good with my top tucked out as well. White equals summer. White is a good color for me. I need to keep building up because it's a color that really does work in my wardrobe and I love it all over my Tinley skirt. I'm very happy with all of my versions. I know I'm going to make more of these. They're so easy to make and whip up. I think the fit is amazing. The length is up to you if you want to make them a little longer to suit you better. All the styles here are amazing. I didn't make the full skirt because I don't wear full skirts, but I think the full shorts are really cute. You can have a lot of fun choosing your versions, different fabrics, knits and wovens. You can make a bunch of versions that are gonna look all different, but it's the same pattern. I think it's great value. Remember, the Tinley is on sale until the 7th of August for the first week. Don't forget to use my code NEEDLES10 for an extra 10% off. Always find the information in the description box and the pinned comments. I hope you enjoyed this one and go and make yourself a bunch of Tinleys. I've got 4. I'll probably end up with 10. Let's see how many you can make. That's all from me. I'll see you again on this channel very soon with more sewing. Bye. So what the heck is this? What is going on? Let me tell you, I'm on a tiny little family holiday. We took a road trip down to the south of Brazil. I'm away from my home, about 1,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, like 800 miles or something. I have no idea, but we're very far. And I'm never stopping my work. I always have things on the go. And to create this video for you, I had brought all the footage I'd filmed, had it all there. All I had to do was edit and put it all together. And I've been doing little bits at a time. And there was one specific clip that had talked about the sizing and showing you these, where there was no audio. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Probably the microphone battery died while I was filming and I never knew it. And I got to the point where I was editing and it's just me doing this all in silence, made absolute no sense. So yeah, it's very late. I'm in a hotel lobby. I'm sure the staff at the desk and the security guard are thinking what is going on. But I really have no embarrassment over what I do. If I have to come here and film, that is absolutely fine. My son and my husband are sleeping. I came here to film this little bit to be able to have this part in the video because or else it would make absolutely no sense. But yeah, that's why the video looked a little bit disjointed with these scenarios, just a corner of a hotel lobby here. And I will show you what I've gotten up to. I have used all handmade looks and I'll make a really nice vlog for you. I'll probably do that once a year because it's not a vlogging channel. But I hope you look out for that. I've enjoyed both of these. I brought them to my trip and I have been wearing them, crumple galore. Anyway, that's what's going on. Thank you if you stayed until the end to find out why. Bye, see you soon.